We got some pickle heads in here already. What's up, Spencer? How you doing, buddy? No, it's not raining here. It's chilly though. It's like 44 degrees, 43 degrees outside right now. So it is a little on the cool side. Sorry I was late. I had to go get a new cup of coffee after Yamez was done. So, how is everybody? Jeremy, I got your email. I haven't responded to it yet. I actually haven't heard it. I seen the notification for it this morning when I got up, but I haven't looked at it yet. But I imagine it's about that oak burl. So, is what the content said for the subject. So, I'll be definitely getting in touch with you today about that, man. Not hammering today. My shoulder's sore. I slept on it wrong. The other week it was this one. It's fine now. This one I slept on my shoulder wrong last night. And it's not the bed. It's a brand new bed. It's just the way that I sleep at night. It's just a habit, and I gotta quit doing that because I slept on it wrong and it's sore as shit. So we're gonna be grinding on the Gladius here. This is where we're at so far. We did the bevels, finished the bevels last week, forging them. I went ahead and profiled some of it. I'm going to take more off here. You see the lines where it's laid out. I'm going to thin this up even more. Plus, I got to really thin that down. And the ricasso will shorten up. The ricasso will come up to. What the hell is it? Oh, I got a little bit of clay on there. Ricasso is probably going to come up to here. So it'll be a very small ricasso. And some people will say, Gladiuses typically, historically don't have ricassos, but reproductions do. So this is a reproduction. It's got a ricasso. It's just how I want it. I think it looks great. I've got the profile grind where I want it. And then it's just time we start grinding these bubbles. What do you guys think? I got some W2 in yesterday after the stream, and I was excited because I wanted to do a hamon. So I made a blade yesterday, and stupid me, I didn't heat treat the handle. I only heat treat up here. So I've got carbide cutters. I can drill the holes, but stupid me, I should have drilled the holes before I heat treated it. I just was excited, I got in a hurry. But I wanted to do a hamon. And that's after the temper and everything. I've just got to start cleaning it up. You see the hamon line here. Once I clean this up, this is W2. So W2 is known for giving some really, really, really good hamons. So we'll see how this turns out. I got excited. This is after the stream yesterday that I did this. Jeremy, that's awesome, dude. I live a couple hours from a big place of mine to get black sand here in North Carolina, and I've been wanting to do that for a while. A couple friends have done them before, and some are doing them here in the future. But I'd really want to do that as well. That's something that's on my to-do list. Please excuse me while I stick something down in my boot to scratch the side of my foot. This damn thing's itching. Hey, Sully, what's up, bud? Dana's here. What's up? Get some more in here. Do some chit-chatting before we get to grinding. Who didn't see the finished Bowie knife for the raffle yet? Who hasn't seen that? And who wants to see that? Again, if you have seen it. Gordon says me. This is what this has been a labor of love. This blade has been a labor of love. love the handle material. No, that's fine. I'd rather you guys send it to the raffle anyways, which this is part of. So if you guys like this, you got to get in on the raffle because this is going into the raffle along with, you know what? That's something we can do. I put a handle in it yesterday and I didn't like it, so I'm putting a different handle in it today. We're going to handle this here before we start grinding. Yeah, the guard on this thing is actually a 4-piece guard. That's actually 4 pieces. It's 2 pieces of raw, a piece of white G10, and a piece of black G10, all stacked together. And you can't see them because they're internal, but there are internal lineup pins that are on each side of the blade tang. They're, I think, 16th inch stainless lineup pins that holds all those 4 pieces together and glued together. And when you if I was to take the handle off, I put them in there so tight fit you can't even see the pins anymore once it was ground flush. So all the guard was put together as one solid piece, but it's actually 4 pieces. This thing's good and solid, man. I love this damn thing, and it's tough to get rid of. I'm gonna have to make one for me to put on my wall. So, yeah. It's a good fighter Bowie, and it's comfortable as shit too in the hand. I mean, comfortable. How I paint the lines on that blade? My daughter painted them. She's the artist. So before we do anything with the sword, let's put a handle on that hammer. And I know I'm going to move y'all a lot closer. Clear spot to set everything over here on the end. Ordering some what now? Some crayon. Oh, that blade is definitely sharp. It definitely will kill. I mean, it's sharp. Wayne, what's up? We're going to put a handle in that thing first. Get that knocked out. Okay. Ben can't stay between the lines, can he? Poor Benny Boo. All right. We in our gotta run, huh? Who's leaving? Richard. She'll be back. All right, we'll see you when you get back. How's that? Sound good? Sounds good. All right. Doesn't matter if you close this cap on this glue or not. The damn thing clogs up. Wood glue. What do you do, right? There we go. Got our glue. Wedge in there, fills the hole up nice and tight, tight like a tiger. Then we'll cut that excess off and throw a wedge in it. Steel wedge. This is going to feel great on the arm. I'm just certain of it. Cut it off. Hit it on the grinder one time just to clean that up. Here we go. It's in there. Little wedge in. Step wedge. I like to put mine kind of at a angle. Like so. Just like that. Now that handle won't go anywhere. Alright, so we have a hexagon hammer made from some hex stock. I'll finish the handle up here in a little bit. It's ready to go for the raffle. The center punch is ready to go for the raffle. The tongs are ready to go for the raffle. Everything's ready now to go for the raffle. So we'll get that posted. Did I go with the original or the 90? Ben, you ordered one yesterday? Hey, Roy. What's up, bud? Glad to have you. So Ben, you ordered you a grinder yesterday? Did you go with the Oregon Blade Maker, like I said? Like I was talking to you about, or did you find a different one? Nobody mentioned borax. We ain't Ford weld nothing in here. Glad to have you anyways. That means Roy actually wanted to be here. Nobody summoned him. Roy came on his own accord, so all you other guys that have to call for him. Ha! No. Glad to have you, Roy. There's Penny. Ben, answer me. I'm waiting on your answer. Roy, I know you're not a fan of the Kniffs, but I hope you're a fan of quality work. I hope you're a fan of quality, because I consider this one of the finer pieces I've made. What do you think of that? I know you're not a Kniff fan as far as making them, but that doesn't mean you don't like them as far as knives themselves. What do you think? Is that a scratch? Maybe. Hell, it might be a scratch. I don't know. I know I've found a lot on there that I had to get out. So, yeah, this is something I'm proud of. I'm proud of the craftsmanship, like you said, the good craftsmanship. If somebody can put this much craftsmanship into a blade, they can put it into something else, right? I think we're both on the same mindset there. I think we can agree there. Yeah, I look at it a lot. I pick it up and hold it a lot. You keep seeing a 10 millimeter spanner on the guard. and I'll tell you, that guard on that thing was all done hand filed. Thank you, Roy. I mean, it's not a wall hanger, but it's a wall hanger. I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't want to use it. I'd want to just look at it. It's fully heat treated. It's 1095 and 15 and 20. But the guard itself, that's wrought iron and all pinned together. And I've hand filed that piece. That took a long time because I didn't have my contact wheel for my grinder that I've got now. Right here. Finally got it. That would have helped a lot. And I missed, no, I saw your answer. You got the OBM blade maker with 2 horsepower with the VFD. I saw that. I saw that. So I finally got, like I said, the contact wheel. He sent me another tool arm. If you guys remember the first tool arm, it was tough to get this D plate in and out of. Just the D plate. All the other attachments attached to the tool arm with ease, you see? They slide right in there. Yeah, in and out. The other one doesn't. He sent me another tool arm, and it does the same thing with D plate. So I figured it's the D plate itself. So what I'm going to get him to do is send me another one of these clamps here to put in this as a separate one and just leave that tool arm on that D plate and use this tool arm for my small contact wheel setup and my large contact wheel. I think that would be the cheaper and easier alternative than making and sending me a whole new D plate. Because I think what it is, these posts right here, these 2 posts that go through, they're not perfectly straight. I think they're canted out just a hair because it goes in, but only so far. And then once it's about that far from being seated, it goes about halfway in. Then you got to really cram it in there. And it's supposed to be a quick change tool arm to where it goes in and comes out easily. So you can quick change. It's not very quick. So you got to take a mallet to it every time you want to change it. That's not quick. And I don't want to mess my grinder up. So I'm going to talk to him after the stream today. Hopefully he'll send me just one of these locking clamps since I've got 2 tool arms now, and that'll take care of that. But if you can't send me one of those, I'm just gonna have to insist on a new D plate altogether, because I don't want to mess my machine up changing my tools out. You know what I'm saying? So it's the cheapest way, because he sent the locking arm, the quick change, but you got to have the clamp, the locking clamp that clamps that down. And I only have one, and it's on this one. Realistically, as tight as that is in there, I can take that clamp out and just leave it on there. It won't be an issue. Because all in all, I had a hell of a headache getting everything, but I love it. I love the grinder. It's really a freaking phenomenal grinder. I wish the tracking wasn't so sensitive. I got to figure out a way to tighten that up. I've put the Loctite on it. It just didn't tighten it up like I want. So that's the only, because that tracking knob is just loose. I'd like that to be a little stiffer if I could get it to where it doesn't vibrate loose so easily. Thinking about putting duct tape or something on the threads behind it in here so it can't back out on me, you know. But people were asking, you know, why do you use the tilt? What's the tilt for on a grinder? How does that help you when you're grinding a knife? And I was thinking the same thing, but I'm glad I got it on this grinder, because with the small contact wheel, it made making these right here a lot easier, because now it's vertical. I can just go right here and I can see my lines. You know, imagine there just not being this D plate, but just one contact wheel right here in the center. I can be right here like this, flip it over just like that, as opposed to doing this. So it helps. That right there was one of the first things I noticed whenever I started using it on this sword. Was boom, perfect example of why it helps to be able to tilt your grinder. A lot of clappy hands. $25 from Richard. Thanks, man. You're awesome, dude. Yes, I've never had a grinder that does it either. And honestly, I like it. I like being able to tilt the grinder. That is a pretty cool feature. Let's get the tool rest on there. The tool rest is great because it's fully adjustable under here, and this is adjustable so you can square it left to right with your plane and front to back. It means you can just set your knife on there and slide and do your bevels by hand, and you know that your plunge lines are going to be straight, they're going to line up, and your bevels are going to be, you know, the correct edge geometry. The bevel geometry is going to be the same because everything's square. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, the Gladius. We've already spent 2 weeks forging on this thing. 2 different live streams on the Gladius. This is number 3. We're getting ready to start on the bevel as soon as I finish my smoke. We're going to start grinding these bevels in. Should be fun. Should be fun. Yeah, I used to tilt myself too, man. It's rough on my back. It's rough on the back. It really does. It gets you. You get down there, and then you stand back up. It's like, oh, I want to sit down for a second because that hurt. Or you'll bust some shins. I'm starting with 60 grit, man. Starting with 60. I got a fresh 60 on here that we are going to. Huh. Silly me, I'm glad I paid attention. I had the belt on backwards. The arrows are telling you what direction to go, dummy. Now it's right. See you, Roy. Take care, sir. All right, let me get my headphones and all that good mess. Noise canceling. Can you guys still hear me when I turn these on? Because they're hooked up to my phone, my Bluetooth. That way I can hear the ringing and stuff like that. But as far as it goes, can you guys still hear me? Give me some thumbs up. Turn the heater off. This thing warmed up in here enough to where I can stand it. We hear you. Well, I heard you too. Everybody's leaving 17, 19. Hell, they had 40 in y'all messes. Where's everybody at mine? Nobody likes me anymore. What the hell, people? Go get your friends. Drag them out of bed. Say, come on. Take grind the sword. All right, here we go. somebody asked if I described the center of the edge. Yes. Well, yes and no. I forced the edge down to the same thickness all the way. So I'm treating the edge as though when you scribe the edge on a knife, the center, and you scribe the center, you then scribe a line like a 30-second left and 30-second to the right of the center line. And you take and break your corners of your bevels back to those lines first. And then you start working the bevels down with your grinder to bring your bevel lines higher up. That's for like stock removal when you're working on something that's a lot thicker than you need. Well, I forged this so I don't have to do that. I'm treating it as though I've already ground to the edge line. So I am now just bringing my bevels back to center. I'm not taking any away from that thickness. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Do whichever way you want. But I decided to forge it to the point where I didn't have to break my corners. I could just start grinding my bevels to the center. Once I get them to the center, my edge thickness should already be where I want it pre-heat treat. So I don't have to go any thinner. If I was going to go thinner on the edge, I would want that center line scribed in there. Yes, Wayne, it is. All right, back to the grind. Yes, the new grinder works great. I do like it. See how it helps to drop? I forged that piece in. I forged that bevel in, so if I just lay that bevel against the grinder and grind, it should bring you straight to that center piece like it did. I mean, it's straight. Center piece is. So we're looking good. Strong support! Contending with that hammer spot. We'll get it where it's at though. See how I have to keep adjusting the tracking? I don't like that. I'd like that to be separate so there's not a blade involved on it. I gotta get that hammer mark out. That means I have to grind past center to get it out and then bring this metal back to center. basically what that means is I've got to thin this. I mean, I've got to thin it anyway. That's too thick. That's a quarter inch or more thick. You want to thinner than that for a sword. It's light, fast, tender. So I've got to thin it anyway, so that's got to happen either way. That hammer mark's going away, and I'll do this all the way down, and then bring this bevel back. This bevel, the hammer marks on all sides. I don't want to do 36 grit because if you slip, you put a big ass gouge in, you could fuck up the whole project. Let my shoulder rest for a second, because I'm telling you my shoulder's sore. We're going to change out this blade, this belt. I don't know, this is actually still pretty good. No, man, what the difference having the right motor and VFD does for your belt life. Ceramic belts are meant to be done to be ran at a higher speed. So run it at a lower speed, it breaks the ceramic off the belt a lot faster. Here's where we're at. I'm having to take the bevel line, the center line, way past to get down past the hammer marks. See, we're plenty thick still. We're plenty thick. We're plenty thick. Woodworker, you lost your shop. That sucks. Looking slick and plenty thick. I like them thick. Sit down. Let my shoulder rest a little bit. Give me a minute. I think I slept on this thing wrong, and all that back and forth right there is hurting. Yeah, ceramics need to be done at a really higher speed. I've noticed with this grinder, the motor I had on mine would run it, 2,800 RPM, 2,500, something like that. It was a good motor, 2-horse motor. But this one turns at like 3,750 RPMs. It really gets it moving. And I've noticed a tremendous increase in belt life from this grinder to my last grinder. And I found out it's because ceramic, like the faster you can get that ceramic turning, the better, because it's less drag on the belt, I guess you could call it. It's getting more momentum. I don't know. It doesn't put as much drag on the grit and tear it off as fast, because I've noticed I don't see any red dust on my grinder or on the bench underneath where it cuts. And my last grinder, it would have like a red tint to it because the ceramic's coming off the belt. But now it doesn't happen. It's not coming off of there. Boy, get you one. Get you a good grinder. Yeah, I started out with a 4x36, and it is slow, like 1,700 RPMs. Those are woodworking grinders. I mean, they'll get you through, you know, but you want something that's turning about 25 to 3,000 RPMs plus. Yeah, you don't ever get what you really want from Wish either. You order one thing and you get like the Dollar General version of it. That's people with champagne, caviar, dreams on a Boone's Farm budget is what I call it. You can't get really good stuff from Wish. They don't sell really good stuff for that cheap. It's not possible. Yep, use the harmonic balancer off a 350 as a drive wheel. Something. Get you going. What is that? Oh, it's a groundhog. Have you've seen the channel That Works, the Stagmer brothers, the way their grinder system was set up at Baltimore Gun and Knife. One shaft that goes across the back wall with different pulleys on it, and each grinder's run off that one shaft to a big motor outside. Yeah, that's why they call it wish, because you wish you get what you ordered. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hell, right now, I don't know if y'all can go shopping at all. We can still go shopping, but at essential places. But Facebook Marketplace is loaded tools, loaded with tools. Jerry, what grit belt were you just grinding with? Team 60 grit. I like to do my belts with 60 grit. I don't like to go more aggressive than that because although you are grinding in bevels, you don't want. It's more of a finesse process than it is, to hog that shit off there and get it gone. It's easy to screw your bevels up, lickety split, with a really aggressive belt, like a 36 grit. So 60 grits pushing it. That's the lowest I like to go when doing bevels. But when you got hammer marks and stuff, and you're having to remove a little bit of material, go to the 60 grit, and it's it's always worked for me. Team, I live just outside of Detroit. I don't currently trust Facebook Market. True, but I mean, set up to meet at the police station. Oh, a 36 grit would eat up anything on this thing. I'd be scared. I wouldn't want to put my finger to it. I tell you that. You might have a nub left when you eat it. All right, let's get back to grinding. Hammer marks are going away. gotta stop grinding on this thing right now. We got a problem. Force this thing straight. I even took it back out there and ran it a second time to make sure it was straight. Look at this curve down here. I have a curve that has brought itself in, and now it's not detrimental. It hasn't ruined the blade because I'm still grinding straight. I've got to straighten this thing before I grind any more off of here. I don't know how well you can see the curve, but there you can see it. It curves right about here. Yeah, she's a bit wonky. It has warped on me from sitting over the last couple of days. Somehow it worked. I don't know. It's not too hot while I'm grinding because I can still hold it. That's another thing about having a nice fast grinder. Ceramics, it keeps the piece a lot cooler while you're grinding. So, yep, I nailed it. But I don't know why it worked, but it has worked. And so, in the spirit of not ruining the damn whole sword, I'm done grinding until I can heat it up and straighten it. And I'm probably not going to put it in the forge to straighten it. Most likely going to do you think so, Lauren? If that's the case, maybe I'll grind on it some more. It just worries me because it's a good bend. You know, it's like a C shape now. It's like that. Just give it a little grinding on the other side to check. All right, well, we'll give it a shot. I don't want to ruin it, but I'll trust you. I'll trust you. I've always told everybody I'm not some master smith, so. Done a lot of big blades. Well, I'll take your word for it. We gonna trust you. We gonna roll with it. Roll with it. Well, see, normally I would say that's possible, but I'm pushing this way and it's bending back towards me. You see? So the bend would be the opposite direction if it was caused by pushing too hard. Actually already started straightening up some right here. Believe it or not, it actually started getting some of the warp out. Huh, fucking cool. it's not getting better. It's not getting worse either, but it's not getting better. So I'm going to stop there. And next time I light my forge, I'm going to take it out and put it in a straightening jig. So, but I mean, let's see what old Mr. Vice says. Yeah, it definitely needs to be straightened. It's bent. I'm not going to continue with that. So, yes, this week I will fix that. And then we can finish grinding it. So far, the grinding is looking great on it. Just got to get through all the hammer marks and bring the bevels back to center. And we'll be cooking with fire. The main mouse, what's up? One more look at this knife that's going for the raffle. She's sharp. She is sharp. It's sharp, sharp. It's sharp, sharp. Yeah, that multi-bar is pretty, ain't it? It's pretty. Ben, I don't think you've ever won a raffle from me. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. That's going in the raffle. That's the raffle knife I've been talking about for the past few weeks. See why it's taking me so long to get it done? Wayne, we'll see, man. Yeah, that's why that knife took so long to get done. So thank you for your patience on it. No, that's like, how many twists did we do on that, guys? Y'all were watching when I did it. Was it like 14, 15 twists? Something like that? 11 twists per bar? Did 4 bars. 2 of them one direction, 2 of them the other direction. 15, yeah, that's what 15 twists per bar. So it worked out well. Mark Marshall, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I'm glad you did too. Well, it looks like less because it was 11 twists over a much longer bar. That was only half the billet. Once I did put the billet together, I drew it out and cut it in half and made that knife out of one half of it. Now I'm gonna make a second one kind of like that for sale because, like I've said, if you guys remember, I wanted to make 2 knives identical out of that bar, but I didn't have enough left over in the other part of the billet to make a second knife out of, so I wasn't able to. I was going to make one for the raffle, one to sell to recoup my time for the raffle, but I didn't get to do that. So now the next one I make like that will be for sale. It won't be for raffle. Thank you, Gordon. So if anybody's interested in a knife like that, let me know. I will go ahead and tell you now it's not cheap. So don't come at me with some bull hockey. You ain't getting a knife like that for $300. I'm sorry. It just won't happen, and it will not happen. I thank you for that, Duncan. Duncan, I appreciate that. Really, I do. I do enjoy making Damascus. If you do it right, it looks awesome. You just got to be willing to put the time into it. You can't run it up 220 grit, throw it in some etch, and say, "Look, I made Damascus." I mean, you can, but it's not gonna be that great. It's gonna be a muddy pattern. You got to take that shit up to like 1,000 grit or higher to get a good etch on it. So it's not easy. I mean, it's easy, but it's not. It's physically a pain in the ass. Mental, the process though, it's easy. You just gotta put the time in. Robert at Proverbs 24 got a question. Are you making blades like this? Because if you are and you're selling those for $50 a pop, you are robbing the shit out of yourself. Are you making blades of this quality? If you are and you're only getting $50 a piece, and we need to talk, my friend, because you ain't in the right market. I haven't sold a blade for less than $150, and I can't tell you when. Like this one here, plain old mono steel W2 with a Hamon's going to sell for $250 for the sheath. I've got a Damascus one here. It's like a 150 layer random pattern that I'm getting ready to cut out and make for the owner of the hardware store that I get my propane and stuff from. Uh, this is going to be about $400 for this one with a sheath. And that's for this one. So, a basic hunter, just some scales and a sheath, etch, done nicely, about $400. I'll let you guess the ballpark on a knife like that from me. But these knives aren't junk. These knives are gonna, like the guy that wants this, the owner of the hardware store. He said he wants an heirloom knife, something that I can make for him that's gonna last through him and his son and his son's son. And these will. They're made right. They're heat treated properly, and all the materials that are used are proper, like stabilized material. It's got to be stabilized. You know, everything's done right. It'll last for a long time. Knife like that right there, I'd sell for about $1,200. Maybe 1,000. 1,200 to 1,000. That's right, Duncan. And even at 1,200 to 1,000, I'll still make minimum wage on it. So think about that. Basic knives, mono steels, run of the mill. If I wasn't putting a Hamon on this and have to do all the extra hand sanding, this would only be like $150 for this. Because this is just a basic pattern knife that I make, hunter, that, you know, cut it out, grind some bevels on it, heat treat it, clean it up, slap some handles on it, and make a, you know, run of the mill stock sheath for it. I made this knife in an hour and a half last night to this point. Well, if you don't count the heat treat time, you know what I'm saying? That is right, Wiley. If you undercut yourself, you are hurting the whole community because, say, for instance, that's a good topic. Say, for instance, you make the same kind of knife I make, exact same quality, everything, and where you're at, you're selling it for $100, and I'm selling it for $350. And then my buddy 2 states over selling it for $350, and then the guy in California selling it for $350. But you're selling it for $100 to get business. That seems great. You're getting sales, but what you're doing really is the people around you that are buying these knives, you're creating a precedent for them. They're expecting a knife of that quality for that price now if they go elsewhere. So it's hurting everybody else. You're basically creating your own client base that will only come to you. In real reality, though, you're screwing yourself. You're setting yourself up for failure because they're going to keep expecting knives at that price, of that quality, and you're going to start realizing, yeah, I'm making like $4 an hour on these knives. I got to up my price. And then when you up your price, there goes your clientele. They're going to be like, well, I've bought 4 knives from you already at this price. I'm not buying any more at that price. You know what I'm saying? So it's good at the beginning. It makes you feel great because you're selling knives here, you're selling knives left and right. But in the long run, it is terrible for sustainability. It's the best place to send them, Aaron, if they want a knife for dirt cheap. I had a friend of mine actually come to me. I haven't really responded to his message since. He's like, hey, he sent me a picture. Hey, can you make this? I said, yeah, I can make this. He's like, I want this knife, but I think it costs too much. But since you make this kind of stuff, I figured you could make it for less. You want me to make it less than the manufacturer makes it? And I said, sorry, dude. You said 2 of the wrong words in that sentence to me. We might be friends, but I'm not working. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not going to sell you anything. My work's not cheap and it's not fast. I'll give you 3 options and you can pick 2 of them. Fast, cheap, good. If you want good and fast, it ain't gonna be cheap. If you want fast and cheap, it ain't gonna be good. And if you want good and cheap, it ain't gonna be fast. So that's how I work. If you initiate a transaction with me talking about I want you to make it for less than what I can get it here, you might as well just fucking delete it before you hit send. just go and delete it because I'm gonna look at you like you're a fucking idiot, and I'm probably gonna call you one too. This is handmade shit. This isn't made on a die press where I'm stamping out 1,000 a day, run of the mill, and your neighbor, and your neighbor's neighbor all has the same fucking knife. This is all custom handmade shit. They're one of kinds. There's no 2 lines alike that come out of this shop. They might be the same pattern, but they're not going to be the same. There's going to be differences about each one of them because they're all made by hand. And that's what you purchase when you purchase a handmade knife. You purchase the quality, the time, the skill, the labor. A piece of the maker goes into every knife that goes out of his shop. So it's a labor of love. He loves what he's doing. And to me, that's worth more than $4 an hour. Answer my is that you calling me from Washington that I don't ever answer? I don't never answer my phone if I don't have your number. I don't give a shit if it's the same area code, says you live in the same town as me. I'm not answering the phone if you call me. Don't fucking call me because I didn't give you my number, so don't impose on me and invade my space like that. Message me on Facebook. I'm not gonna pick up the phone if I don't know you. I'm sorry. I got voicemail. Aaron, I've put 100 hours just into sanding one blade, hand sanding it, not counting making the damn thing and all the fittings for it. That Viking sword that I hand sanded up to 1,000 grit was like 120 something, 130 something hours just in hand sanding. Yeah, I spent days upon days hand sanding that because I had to hand sand the fuller on both sides. I had to hand sand each bevel because it's double bevel. So technically, it's 4 bevels you got to sand, 2 on each side. You know, so and then it was oh god. Yeah, it was like 10 knives worth. Yeah. Yep. Big blades take longer to work on. That's for sure. Yeah. No notice, Penny. I'm giving you notice. Everybody's video chatting you after this stream. Everybody. Everybody. So I guess today I'm going to work on the tracker and the hamon after this because I'm not lighting the forge just to straighten that. I'm probably going to straighten that with the torch. To be honest with you, it's not heat treated. I'll straighten it out with a torch, a rosebud, get it all good to go and straight so I don't put no more real scale on it or anything. Then get back to it. I got to drag out the torch kit and all of that crap and hook it up. Got fresh bottles of gas, so no problem there. You're in your dressing gown. What is a dressing gown? Is that like a nightie? Is that what you mean? Some people call them moo-moos. Don't tell people that, Penny. You're gonna get even more requests. A robe. Ah, there you go. A moo-moo. Penny ain't ever moved so fast in her life. She's throwing clothes all over the place trying to get dressed before Ben calls her ass. Y'all leave Penny alone. Wait, why the fuck are you still in your moo-moo? It's like 5:30 in the afternoon, 6:30 in the afternoon over there. It's not even nighttime. Quarantine that rough over there. Just don't even put pants on during the day anymore. I hear you. Yes, that's a good call, Wiley. Stainless steel hose clamps can clamp your Damascus together. The only problem is you don't have a handle. But I got an idea for that too. Center bar of your Damascus can be one long bar instead of cutting pieces up and stacking it all up and trying to weld a handle. Leave the center bar longer so you have a handle and stack everything top and bottom of that hose, clamp it all together. Then forge weld your billet together and it's attached to the center bar still. You know, longer bar, high carbon in the center. And use that for your handle to make your Damascus. And every time you cut it, stack it, if you don't do the hot cut and fold, just add that center bar between the two pieces that you're putting together before you stack it back together, and you've got a handle. Just make sure your center bar is high carbon, the same steel that's you've got the rest of your Damascus. You know, like I've got here, I've got these, sorry, longer bars of 1095. I would just stick this end in the center of my Damascus and use this for my handle, this handle end, and stack the rest top and bottom of that, hose clamp it all there, stick that in, weld it up, boom, 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 boom. What a coincidence, Penny. I'm not wearing a bra either. See you, Spencer. Ben says, screw that. I'm calling Sully. Wait a minute. What we got going on here? I missing out by being live right now? Am I missing a nice little show? What are we doing? Somebody's getting what out? Wait a minute. Panty? What? Oh, no, Sully. Glad you got shorts on. I got on my boots. They're high top. Just don't let it spill over the tops. I had to jump up for a second. The damn truck coming by with its trailer tire. Its trailer brakes locked up. Walking combat boots and Wranglers. At the F. All right, guys. It's been fun chit chatting, but I've got some work to do. Really trying to let my shoulder loosen up. It's just sore. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for everybody hanging out. I'm gonna get the hell out of here though. You guys have fun with y'all's little peep shows. No, it wasn't a balance load on the trailer. It was a trailer brake tire locked up. It was an empty trailer. He was dragging the damn thing. All right, guys. Take it easy. We'll see you later. I'm going to get this sword straightened out this week so we can get back on track. Peace.